Hello everybody, just about ready to get started. Welcome to track, welcome to Therius. Can't be a finale, the value never ends. Well, the challenge has to end at some point. I don't think the very hard mode value will end anytime soon. I'm on the fence if I want to do a bunch of small purchases or if I want to just save up for the Barans. We'll see what happens. I'm sitting on, I imagine, a little shy of 600 PDs as of right now, because I have at least 442 in the main account. You know, we have 130 in the Force account, and there's about 30 PDs in the Ranger account. So not too far off from just full sphering a Brands on the spot. But I do need extra PDs for challenge mode, so thus the eternal battle will continue. I was gonna say, I was shaking my head at Retract today. I saw that Ephinea post. Nerf very hard mode. That Retract. What a prankster. I think the more I learn about Ultimate, the more disillusioned I feel about the hunts. I'm like, why is Tower so full of enemies that don't even drop common weapons? It's not okay. Oh, right, I had my game on silent. Let me put on some sound. I was doing some very casual unsealing earlier. If we got a full party, we'll do a run. Otherwise, I'll just switch what character I'm using. I think my philosophy is just pretty much the following. One, I think PSO made a big mistake with Ultimate in the sense that there's not really progression when you go from Forest all the way to Ruins. The same items that you've been seeing since basically very hard mode are there. So there's not really anything different between like late game very hard mode drops and Ultimate, which is kind of a shame. So if there were like new tiers of Vulcans or whatever, or like new basic armors, or even just better units that dropped by default, just something. But no, it all ends it by Ruins very hard mode, unfortunately. Let's go see who's available. And I think while very hard is pretty good at giving you generically useful items as you play, I don't think Ultimate follows that philosophy. So it makes sense that Ultimate was done later on, because it does not really feel very thought through. Aetherius and Deathbank are in an episode together. Hero 117. So we'll see. If we don't have anybody, I'll just switch accounts. I don't see anybody here. So if I do have to do runs with Aetherius, I would rather keep our loot separated until we're ready to begin the challenge. I am looking forward to getting a special mag just for Unseal, by the way. So I'm gonna be so happy when I get that from HellCleave. You have no idea. Like, oh, I'm missing damage threshold, chat, by like 2 damage in solo runs. And I'm at max level Faux Newman, so I know it won't improve. I just need a better mag. It makes me so sad. That feeling when they have 2 HP and all you need is 5 MST and you would have killed. So being able to trade in not needing to do a 133 power mag or whatever this one is that I'm holding and actually have MST matters. I'll make a couple of quick runs. I'll show you what I mean. So, God Technique I could probably sub out. Honestly, I was thinking about Heavenly Mind. Guess I could try Heavenly Mind. Maybe that'll fix the issue I'm having. Because God Technique does add a little bit of damage, but it's more of a I'm already capped kind of damage boost, but I'm using limiters, so I think this might be more effective for me to swap it. Oh, does he not have? Oh, do I not have Heavenly Mind anymore on this account? Uh-oh, they're on the other account. Oh, they're on the other account. That's so sad. Never mind. Well, I guess the best I could do is God Technique until I play more Episode 4 ult at some point. It's fun. Oh well, such is life. I'm gonna do a quick kill count so team can see where progress is. I'm holding a lame to Argent. It went up like almost 1,000 kills today, so that's pretty solid. Limiter is halfway done. Other limiter might also be halfway done. Yeah, they're exactly even. Nice. So sadly, if I'm doing full runs, it burns through a lot of TP here. I'm using this Gafoe to buffer my Rafoe so I don't waste time with it by doing it too early. Plus the lingering Gafoe there also dual hits the Rappies. I find very useful. Yeah, my underground damage is definitely lacking, and it's because I'm at 1323 MST. I really need to just be at like 1350 to avoid a lot of issues I've been having. Remind me, just doing a little mini dodge. And I guess I could do a full run? I guess it just really depends on who's waiting. Sometimes I just reset there, but I don't feel like doing that reset at the moment. Although it is better to do when you don't have Adepts equipped. I'll lose some time for that value. Did I put away what he had earlier? I think I did, yeah. I don't see any PDs. I think getting a few PDs playing off stream. You'll be in lobby? Oh, okay. Probably switch over. Welcome, Calpetium. Hopefully your day went well. Enjoy the lure. I wonder if I could get away in multiplayer play holding a Fire Scepter Agni on this character. Because I'll probably just host the game for the Therius. I want to at least clear surface. Oh, I did the wrong one. Never mind. I don't want to clear surface. I'm a liar. Never mind. That was the fastest. Nope. It's like, I don't want to do B. No. That was, no way was I completing that run. I was willing to at least go to Dwarfon, but not that one. So what we've learned is that Lame to Argent is not worth using in multiplayer. Limiters is fine. Because I can still max my MST. I do something like this. And then just go grab Fire Scepter so I do some damage. Technically, I could bare hand cast, but I'd rather Fire Scepter. Fire Scepter's so good. There we go. So he's like basically max MSC while unsealing. Kinda nice. That's why my limiters are slightly ahead, because I would just do runs like this. Ooh, off by 17? I don't know how I feel about that. So needless to say, 2-player does not count towards the 4-man challenge. See if we get anything fun here. I feel like from a numeric standpoint, we're overdue for a Del Rappy. I didn't even find one while casually playing earlier. For like 40 minutes. But the dry streak continues. Yeah, I think a big issue with Ultimate is just that I'm just not excited for like a majority of the items. Like, I think episode 4 Very Hard is just done relatively well because outside of like maybe 2 IDs, I would probably just be fine playing one, like other ones. The issue is more like Blue ID is slightly stronger than the other ones, and because we have the luxury of choice, there's no reason for me to select the other ones most of the time. But it's not like Red ID is terrible, or like Yellow ID is unplayable. I wish there were more quests that supported Viridia, because it seems very interesting in theory to have a select cloak on another creature. I just don't think the quest line supports it right now. There's a lot of things where I feel like a very simple quest or two would rebalance a lot of that stuff without needing to change a drop table. Nice, already got value. Like, RN Underground is okay, for example, but like I'm not gonna run it most of the time because I don't care about the heart of there. Maybe some people do. I'm not a cosmetic person. Yeah, I think the only like really truly terrible idea is probably Skyly. I just genuinely feel like there's actually no reason to play that in very hard mode. It's kind of sad. And I think they kind of knew that because they injected the heart of there. Just like RN is like okay underground, but like the heart of helps sell it. Unique hunt point. So it's like I don't disagree in theory. So many materials. Ah, the Wrappy thought it could flee from me, but alas, I was refoing the whole time. Welcome, Shiva. Hope you're doing well. If you want to do some runs with us, you're more than welcome to. Looking for a 4-man today. That way we can finish our challenge. I'm off work in 6 minutes and I walk my Shiva. That's fair. Get out of here, F-Star. So that's here. Oh, the laser. Hilarious. Not quite enough HP to survive. Then a few levels or two won't fix. Switch over to Gafo Emerge for more damage. Oh, the refreeze? Oh, that was disgusting. Since I switch over to Gafo Emerge, just go pretty quickly. Yeah, look at that. With just 2 people, they're dead already. That's insane. Although apparently one of the Gafoes wore off. That's sad. It's so sad when they're out of range. I think Gafoe spammed into the room. It's funny. Other 40 hit ray gun, no special. Fortunate. Anyway, let's continue with our discussion on ultimate. I think that 40 hit ray gun that dropped just kind of indicates the problem with ultimate. There's not really like an equivalency of better ray gun in ultimate. Can beat 899 sale to 629. That's also fair. Hopefully the PC, by the way, ends up being good. Sorry about the delay in the response. But from the standpoint of ultimate, it would be... I don't know. Because the meta is like so focused around common weapons, it's also kind of hard to get excited for just like early areas. Like, now that I actually want set items, it's like, do I really want to be doing forest and cave runs when they're pattern 2? They're not even going to get me better from what I could just do casually in very hard mode. Like, it's one thing if it was like 2 extra tiers of weapons that had more accuracy, more damage, you know, would actually be potentially worth spearing over the other ones, equivalency. But it's like, you just get the same items here. I can still get like 60, 70 hits, so like that, you know, that on-stream like 70 hit caliber from caves, for example, we could have just get it here on both surface and underground. Get a good rhythm, you can zap it right as the claw goes up and then re-zap them again. So good. The aura farming with Uber Bear is the real meta. See, but that's the thing, like, just wait for events. Because I think even the events are just straight up the best way to hunt ultimate. So, like, until an event is running quests, I just don't have a reason to really run ultimate. Unless I'm going for, like, a boss drop. And it would be like, yeah, I might do that outside of an event. Like, I'll give an easy example. Like, DD2 is, like, one of the best hunts for episode 2. Because it's pattern 3 almost all the way through, and then pattern 444 at the end. And then you take all those enemies from Temple, all those enemies from Spaceship, but now they can drop 75 hit and above. And they're all paired together with enemies that drop weapons instead of just, like, non-stop armor and unit drops. So, like, there are genuinely, like, strong ultimate quests. It's just that most of them are event locked. So, like, I can get Heaven Punisher, Seal J Sword, DLS, Gurren, all in the same run during an event. But, like, outside the event, am I really going to be running CCA just for Heaven Punisher? Not really. RIP anniversary, by the way. The only thing I found running this quest this morning was the 35-hit Angry Fist. Just saying. Bad Jaya dropped. Unfortunate. 4 or 5 runs, no PDs, no PDs, no PCs. Oh, that's kind of shocking. It's not unusual to have like 2 or 3 bad runs across many hours. Going like 5 without seeing something is kind of high. That's unfortunate. Like, technically we rolled Jaya, it just wasn't good. It's unfortunate, but it happens. Yeah, those zaps in between are just so unfair. Really, no lightning? What a punk. Bulu making us do it the long way. Put more demand on Detharius, on the off chance he survives. And again, between every spawn, I like to slip in a little Gapoe. Hey, look at that! Survive. Nice. The whole level's made a difference. Ron Detonator said, no, you need 10 levels. You don't need 2 levels, you need 10 levels. It's fair. Put my Moon Atomizers. I have to back after this one. Yeah, if you don't debuff them, you are 100% gonna die. They do like 380 plus. Those. So. Yeah, I don't know. It's just hard to get excited for like Durandals and Final Impacts. Like, it's okay to have like 1 or 2 beginner items as people climb. Like, it's okay to have like 1 single Final Impact in a Caves run. But the problem is like, there's just like a lot of really terrible sabers and shotguns that don't really do anything. Shotguns in this game are kind of bad in general, unfortunately. I might actually run out of moods before the end of the run. We'll see. Down to 3, I think. Oh, we had a good stun lock going there. Diamond Striker coat, nice. Don't knock on my DV saver that I got for the 130th time. Welcome, Dango. Honestly, there's some weapons that it's just like, they would be fun if they were just better statted. Like, Guilty Light is perfect for where it is, but like Phonon Mazer, really? You couldn't get that like another 250 ATP or 300? How much more useful that'd be as a new player to get that as early as like Caves? Like, it doesn't have to be meta, but like, come on, I could get stuff like Asuka in a very hard mode. That could be a break. I don't know what they were thinking with some of those items. Hope you're doing well, Dango. Yeah. Cat's probably well aware of my gripe with getting stuff like Cure Poison. I think Cure Poison is one of the biggest encapsulations of why I think ultimate drop items are crap. They put an item to resist poison on an enemy that can no longer poison. And it's on the rare version of the enemy besides that, so even if it wasn't ultimate, it's still not an enemy that it gives you any advantage against. It just baffles my mind every time I look at that on Red ID. I feel like it's a cruel joke. Yeah, like, I'm not saying, like, everything has to be, like, Duracell levels of power or whatever, but there's just some massive missed opportunities. I wish they did return to Regal drop chart style, where every ID can find item, but specific enemies. I know. Maybe. I don't know if I want to go that far with it. I have to go repurchase moons, rip my moons. Speaking of which, how much should I get in the kill count? You managed to get 3 tickets, yeah. I think if I revive you fast enough, you don't lose tickets. We saw that happen earlier. Like, we like like, if the screen doesn't go red and you don't get the dialogue box that I revive you, I don't think you get ticket loss. It's very funny to me. Oh, hello. Not where I thought that warp was gonna take me. Remote enjoying the soundtrack. Welcome, Remote. Welcome to the Lost Judgment soundtrack. Anybody looking to hop in and do some wrong? tomorrow will be our challenge mode day, so we'll take a break from drop rate for a bit. We'll be on PSO until tomorrow, ready to get Palsy's hands. There we go. Why did we lose the judgment? I missed Suji already. Oh no. Yeah, see, I'm eventually gonna get rid of this Dex on this mag. Gonna go to Minded Power as a split. It's gonna be so good. Oh, what was the forecast? I don't even think I looked. Not that it matters when we're doing very hard mode. Oh. Well, that's pretty generic. See, that's 17. Oh. Got more MST. Still don't think it'd be enough. I think I would need a legitimate Cycle 1 to kill that in 2 shots. So sad. Put one more Fireball for safety here. I'm assuming you're still good for tomorrow, Dango. Out of work for Aetherius as I saw him go back. Gave Aetherius a little bit of a trip. Yeah, I wasn't sure if we'd have enough people to play challenge mode, but the answer is no for today, unfortunately. I wouldn't mind starting another run today. But it requires commitment, because I think the event, Christmas event, is literally going to start next week. I'm up a Heaven Striker coat and a Photon Crystal in 2 runs. Granted, we're not like speeding through because we're dueling, but no, having a nice relaxing pace while unsealing. And unsealing is like 5+ feet anyway. That's all I view this as. I'm gonna eat some cost, but as long as I don't miss the damage threshold, it's fine. Hopefully a fun Friday gaming, Shiva. It's getting closer to the I live range of HP. Orphan survival HP is real. Power map, nice. Guess I should technically hold power mats for my hunters. Yes. I don't know how much I actually. No, I don't think I've ever counted. If I want to, I could probably just 150 power material if you test because it's funny. Thank you for good luck. I guess the other kind of funny thing to me with Ultimate that doesn't make sense, I don't even think like Forest is weak in Ultimate. In fact, it's probably one of the better areas in terms of drops, kind of compensate for the terrible area patterns. But it's one of those things where I feel like we're getting items here where I would genuinely get more powerful weapons playing this episode, even compared to like Ruins. And I think that's where I get upset. Like upset like that Heavenly Luck, because I hate seeing the item. Like, that's an item I was like, man, if that was Heavenly Power, would have been so good. Or Heavenly Mind, I need those. Heavenly Love? Nah. Can you imagine, chat, if that was Heavenly Power instead of Heavenly Love? Oh. All my phonumans would be just building some BS weapon all the time. Gotta get that ATP to use Slicer Fanatic. I'm gonna start stacking my brains out here. Doing well. Another 40 hit weapon drop. Look how easy it is to get 40 hits here. It's crazy. There it is. Slightly shy of the HP needed to live. Much cleaner that time. So I started going through the other guides just before the start of the stream. That has me thinking about things like the balance of like very hard mode and ultimate. I very sadly had to write on a couple of the existing guides that anniversary is no longer a thing. That was a sad update to write. Rip. Imagine a guide not even being a year old. It's completely outdated. I think that's like 20 years old. Not even, probably like 30 at this point. Craziness though. But anyway, hopefully the updates to the guide help people out a little bit. I think the thing that bothered me the most is when I was going through it, I was looking at how I did text. I don't know why I did, like... I mean, I guess I see why I did it, but I don't know why I thought that looked correct. Like, Gizond, right? G-I-Z. I was capitalizing the Z. And I was like, I kind of understand why I did it, and I'm like, I kind of actually like that more than the way PSO normally spells it. With the capitalization. Kind of like Humar and Ramar. I kind of like the Hunter, like HU being lowercase. Like uppercase G, uppercase Z. So they say, like, because it was kind of like I was combining keywords. So, like, Humar would have been, like, H, uppercase, lowercase U, and Mar is, like, uppercase M. So, I standardized it, because I was like, oh, right, I don't think I ever went back and fixed that. Yeah, because it's, like, Razan. Like, I literally just emphasized the syllable. Because I view, like, the, you know, the G's of the Raz as, like, a standalone type. Kind of like there's like Gibarda or there's like Gigrants in the other games. Right, but I was doing it like... That way, like, HU is Hunter to like emphasize the class. Because to me, it still looks weird. I don't like the uppercase A. And like the Ramar and stuff like that. I still think I like my version, yeah. See, because it's like you're saying like hunter, so it's like you're cutting off the first 2 letters of the word. And it's not like it's an acronym, so I'm like, why is the U uppercase? I hate that. Just like, I was like, no, it looks so much better that way. But it's technically correct the other way. It is what it is. But the goal was to make it a bit more friendly, because I just kind of threw what was like notepad notes together and then put them into Google Docs, but now I'm like trying to make it more Google Doc friendly. Yeah, like I was just kind of so sad when I did it. I was like, I don't think I realized until like the second guide that I was doing it wrong, because I just assumed that was correct. Because I was like making a character and I'm like, oh right, that is how they do that. Why? Welcome, Parameter. Wow, what was that thing's hitbox? How did that not hit me? I like walked straight into it. I was embracing death there. About the death at MAE quest. Yeah, I had to put like redacted in 2025 or like no longer here, or archival purposes. Honestly, I didn't read through like every single line of the guide because I did write a lot, but it was like I was kind of going through and I'm like, yeah, I think I still agree with it. I was like, okay, I'm glad my opinion hasn't changed like that much. I think the only thing that changed was like very minor things on runs, like which tech I prefer to do runs with. But I was laughing because last year I did have the value city in the guides and I forgot I did write about it in 2024. There you go, fun fact. I went through it and I'm like, oh right, I did run value city very hard mode. But I only used it for leveling. I didn't use it for like actual value. Kind of laughing looking at it. Because I was grouping together quests you could run for XP. So I did write like a section on it back then. Laughing at it. Had like Towards the Future on there. I had to remove CCC, rip CCC. That one's for retract. I was like, I don't recommend this quest anymore. Gone, rip CCC. Welcome, DJ. Hope you're doing well. Or went out for a retract on that one. CCC gone. Close? Damn, so true. Oh yeah, we'll be at it, DJ. If we get a 4th player, we can resume the challenge. I only need an hour and 32 more minutes of gameplay to conclude the challenge, but this doesn't count because we're only 2-manning. I mean, technically the runs haven't even been bad. I mean, if we count the runs I did so far. One in a quarter manning. I already got a Heaven Striker coat and a Photon Crystal, so like I can't even be mad at that. It's not like I went valueless. We're more than happy to get more people in case they want to level. Yeah. So between updating the guides and then reading very funny, well, funny to me, maybe not funny in general, but comments on like very hard mode, ended up in the Ephinea Discord again. I just happened to catch that somebody literally mentioned my name in the Discord. I was like, oh, that's rare. Never hear the acronym CCC. I think cool from Rise of the Triad. I don't know. Can I convert my striker cuts into mags and make some money? Yeah. See, that's the thing. It's like even if you can't like individually sell the Heaven Striker codes, you just mag raise. So I think it'll always inherently have value, even if the individual component price may dip. It's fine. Trades fluctuate. I view it as I don't even need to trade and I'm up value. If I want to trade, I'm up like uber value. But I'm happy just keeping most of my congeal cloaks and striker coats. Some custom orders out of the way. So it saved me PDs. I think somebody was asking for Heaven Striker code. I think I sold like a couple so far. I did it, wait, I did an underpriced guy. It was like 3 or 4 I sold it for. I just wanted to clear out some room. I don't really care about profit at the end of the day. Oh, he's getting ultra zap. Get out of here. See, I like that with the Gazan strat too. The Rappies, if they wake up, just don't do anything to you either to mess up your Grand Sang. Do like one more run on this account, then I might switch back to the other character. See what kind of coverage we have. So it's a good feeling to feel like I wasn't like crazy off base on what I wrote down. I'm like, yeah. It's nice to modernize it in case people want to keep using them. I guess the only thing I didn't really add, and I guess like now that I'm thinking about it, I need to add that after the stream. I guess I should technically reference my Twitch channel on the introductions. Yes. Actually, why am I going back? Let's hand this. Try that again. We'll wait for the Darius to come back. I'm even okay with just doing crater resets. I think Underground is... I'm not gonna say not worth it, but it's definitely way slower. Where, like, Surface you might lose, like, 20 seconds, you lose like 3 minutes in Desert. Desert's kind of rough if you don't got a good team. Another photon drop, nice. So like in the span of 4 runs, like if we were considering this part of the challenge, up a PD, up a PD. Okay. Heaven Striker code +1. We'll see after this run if I end up getting a another PD. I think to average things out, I think I do need 1 more running it. Stuck by the invisible guess near that gate. Yeah, I was thinking about if I wanted to create like a central hub document that has like all the other guides. Here's the guides, because I was putting them in the intros to each of the guides, and I'm like, do I really want to update it every time I do that? About that. What would be the cleanest navigation? I feel like you're pretty likely to kill there. Before I go too far. Thinking about some of the post comments. It's one of those things where it's like, you know what? May they remain innocent of knowledge. Listen, you can draw out all the conclusions. You can write down all the evidence. Can't make them read it. Ignorance is bliss, chat. Oh, I don't have the poet version. I was like, why aren't they dead? I was like, oh, right. That was scary. Oh, damn it. Yeah. Fine. Not exactly going in there expecting any kind of serious management. Nor do I honestly want it in that form. I think chat will try to keep me honest most of the time. That's why I think it's important we complete the 10-hour challenge at some point. Just to showcase what's possible. No hyperbole. No exaggeration. Try to get those accurate runs. But it is very much like clockwork when it comes to power materials. In constantly. I mentioned on the stream for this one, but I'm pretty much ready to do a very hard mode video guide at some point. Just trying to decide when it would be. Like, I'm not going to do it during drop rate week, so I technically missed like a small window of opportunity. If life was less crazy, I would have done it last weekend. But I think we'll have a longer talk on Value City runs for. Not to mention we have to go over recommended quests. I still don't think when we go to do the quest series, I really don't think I even want to offer information on TTF. I think that's just going to be a personal choice. I'll leave it in my leveling guide portion, but I will not otherwise put it in my quest guide, because I think the intent of the quest guide was, what are quests that you would be able to request or like run with me on stream, and why do we run them? It's like, I don't think I would run any version of TTF anymore. I think I'm just justified in saying, no, I don't have to put it on the quest guide. For the longest time, I called it the stream quest guide on every page. The disclaimer, I think, still calls it that. Friends about to hit level 200 without them ever seeing red rank. I just want to agree on a fight. Oh no. I don't know. I don't mind putting it in the ult section, because that's like a run, but like, as I said before, there's a lot that you have to kind of know about the game to not feel like you're banging your head against the wall. Like, people are scared of challenge mode and don't run challenge mode, and then like, why is the game hard? And it's like, well, it's because you're not playing challenge mode. You're doing all these runs where you need like legitimately like 600, 1,000 PDs to do it in a reasonable time frame. Or you could just do very hard mode for like 10 PDs. Raise your own mag, save some of that value, and just kind of crush it. So it's one of those things where it's like, it's not as bad as you think it is. Like, if you're willing to do like 40 hours of ult runs with no value, just play challenge mode. You get more value. I mean, I think we talked about challenge mode math maybe like 3-4 months ago, before Halloween event, I think, or even before Halloween. I think it was before anniversary event. Excuse me. Where it's like you could just be earning the equivalency of 15 to 20 PDs by just getting your own challenge mode weapon. And your friend trying to make a challenge mode effort? Oh, why didn't... I was gonna say, I was asking if people were interested in it in the Discord, RIP. If we had a group of 4, I'd run it. I just need 2 other people to basically, like, sign in for it. I don't mind hosting them. They're not hard to do. I just don't want to do episode 2. That one's more out of principle. I have not liked it any of the times that we've done it. But episode 1's fine. What time did you want to do it? I mean, it would literally it would have been right now. Would have been my answer to you. Because I was asking before stream and what if I asked yesterday. Yeah, just need 3 people to basically say yes. I can show up to 2.5 streams. That's it. It's not anybody's fault. I mean, schedules are schedules, don't get me wrong, but I also think that there's a lot of hesitancy to try the mode, which is a bit unfortunate. A little outside of just like schedule issues or time zone problems. Yeah, we would start fresh with a group of 3. I'll be finishing up challenge mode tomorrow with an existing group, though. It'll be nice. I'll probably go for Demon Shot. I haven't settled on a name for Demon Shot. I'll be thinking about that during work. While answering like a million production calls, I'm gonna go, they called the Demon Shot. Get out of here, no zaps. Well, that was good damage. He did lightning back to back. Oh, he did lightning again? Instantly dead. Wow. he actually took more than 2,000 technique shots. It's crazy. Goodbye. That is the power of Gazan on the Phonuman. Yeah, I mean, it just kind of makes sense, like, after your... I mean, it's like... Is it rare enemy next week? I always forget. Because if it is, like, that's kind of like the perfect time to do challenge modes. I don't like rare enemy week. I don't want to do very hard mode rare enemy. Like, nah. I mean, if people were, like, ultra comfortable with episode 2, I would offer it, but I don't know anybody that is. And it's one of those ones where unless someone, like, really hard carries, it's a miserable experience. I've done E2 mostly blind before, it was not pleasant. Those maps were utter lies. Yeah, I don't plan on doing Charles Ego at all. Hard pass. I'm kind of at the point where, like, I don't think I play enough Ranger that I care. Like, it has to be a high hit, and I'm like, I'd rather just wait for Anniversary or something again. So it guarantees the hit percentage. That'll just be like a focus of an event. Goodbye, Greta Bulu. That's some item. So I can switch characters. Technically, the other character's stronger than this one. Kind of funny to me. Main account sitting on almost 50 photon drops. Really nice. I think it was at like 41 earlier, 42. Gonna put somebody in this with the item after a while, yeah. More PDs than hours played is such a flex. Oh yeah, it is. I mean, I don't know what other proof people want. The very hard mode is strong. I'm just like, I don't know. Be like, yeah, it's fine. We don't care. Okay, another 800 or so kills. Copy. I'd like the main account to get some atoms back, so I'm motivated to slowly unlock those. Even though it's not super ideal to do with a multiplayer. That's fine. Gotta force it in. Make sure to get our ticket here. Yeah, we'll have DJ host. I'll be red ID. So we can maximize the item. Technically level another Phonuman at some point, but we're not in a rush to make another blue Phonuman, although I should eventually on the main account do that. Or not main account, on the force account I should make Phonuman. Yeah, see, this character is more MST and has the Psycho Wand. Yeah, if you see a Claire, just lobby out. You have like a million years. The Claire takes forever to kill unless somebody's actually using defense. And if a Claire shows up, Nitharius is ultra dead. That thing charges for like 500 damage or something insane. That thing hits like a boss. I don't understand. That thing is actually just monstrous. Like, it's like competitive Shamroted damage on your face. Yeah. Between the constant Grant spam and the insta-kill slam, it's gonna be rough. Yeah, so this character legitimately two-shots the Rappies. Kinda wild. See, like, do you need that optimization for single player? No. Does it help in multiplayer? Yeah. Let's be carry. Also, just making sure I got nothing else in my inventory. Nice. So kind of between waves I can Resta, which I don't need to Gafoe stack is fine. And nice to even out my HP. Oh no, Astar got pulled. Oh, awkward. That's slow to me. Astar. Go back to a brief topic. I think in terms of videos, definitely there's going to be a Christmas video right at the beginning of the event. We're going to upload that. Very hard mode. Figure out a weekend. I don't need long to talk about it. Like an hour tops. I don't have many quests. It's just like go into this and then see this for more how to run it. If people are really interested, I'll make a video guide on Value City. I'll mention it in the very hard mode section, and I'll mention that there's a written guide for it. But I don't think I want to go into the specifics of running it in that one. But we'll talk about all the items you can, though. That's something. Rapid body block. Your first Xmas, so you're going in blind. Play CF2. It'll be so fun, especially when you go to CCA. You'll have the most fun there. In opposite land, that would be true. Gotta ask them before they begin the quest, just like, are you afraid of the dark? You will be. It's all over. Yeah. I mean, I think I'm allowed to, you know what? I think I'm allowed to get a hard pass on DD1. Listen, the year is 2025. It is December 4th. No one has done an enemy total count on that quest. That quest has sat there for a year, no one cares. I want you to know If you don't believe me, go look it up right now. It is one of the only quests where they just kind of went, you know what, we're not going to total up the enemy count. They did it for DD2, all the fiascos have... What's wrong with the dwarf on set? They did it for all the other fiascos. They're like, DD1? Nah, we're not running that. I think I get a free pass. If the wiki doesn't want to bother summarizing all the enemy totals, I think I'm allowed to just go... Just play Jaya or something on it. And it'll be fine. Like, can you Jaya here? Does this drop Jaya? If so, select that ID. Oh, caliber drop. That's funny. I wonder if that's the only quest in the quest wiki that never got an enemy total. I don't recall coming across one when I was doing the guide series other than that quest, which I find very funny. I mean, some of it has to do with the fact that there's, like, it's on the spawn. There's several without an enemy total. Even stuff like Simulator 2.0 has one. The popular ones tend to have it, yeah. I think that summarizes DD1. Popular quests have it, DD1 doesn't. I think that's pretty much the summarization right there. I think that's fact and conclusion right there. They bothered to do it for DD2, so I know it's not an issue of not enough time to do it. I find funny. Zombie is so strong. And even without demons, we just kind of chew through them. Yeah, even Mine... Exactly, Mine Offensive had one. Like, all the super whack quests have one. I'm like, DD1 doesn't get it? That's funny to me. Lost Gemstone or whatever has it. No, I don't think it's been there. I remember it not having one. And it looked the same as when I looked then. I mean, I guess it's possible they broke it in between when they first ran it and didn't. I remember being excited at the time when they added DD2. Why am I facing a wall? I'm disoriented. There it is. Yeah, if Cham wants to fact check me in real time, just let me know if there's any quest that doesn't have the enemy total. Like, we're obviously the ones that are only one area, like, whatever. But I mean, like, actual, like, you know, are there random attacks that don't have it? I mean, they'll skip it for the literal RNG one. They're usually not going to put one on there. And that one makes sense why that wouldn't have it. But, like, just a genuine start to finish, like, MA1B or something. I don't really recall any of those missing any. And generally, they've been adding to the wiki over time with the maps, which has been good. Though I know it's always going through many rounds of improvement. But shoutouts to, I think it's Justice that does the maps. I was gonna say, eventually, when they run out of quest maps, I want somebody to do challenge mode. Or show me a tool where I can do it, and I'll do it myself. I love mapping things. I play Etrian Odyssey. I'm more than happy to take little tile set stuff and put it on a map. I don't think to me that's the hard part. I just don't have the map or the images. Into that, and there's nothing I can do. It sucked. Oh, don't grants, just goes on. There we go. The grants actually, I think, makes it take longer. Unless you're like Fomar, then it's fine. Gotta establish that initial stun lock. Good. Therius is becoming a real force. Power level and all the way to 80, it's fine. I'm trying to think if there'd be, I think even the anniversary quests have it. I was just like, is that honestly the only, I can't think of any other event quests that were missing something like that. So I was like, those would be the most likely to not have it because they would be newer. Oh well. Why did they teleport? Why did they teleport up there? They can't hit us from up there. Silly Goron detonators, you don't understand height differences. Thought they were walking forward instead of just immediately swinging like that one did. See, if they could see us, they would have been doing that, but they weren't. Oh, game. That moment where they draw the X-Y axis for Forget About Z. Poor game. Also, what is going on my indicator? Anybody explain what was happening there? Why was the ray gun, like, moving around? So confused. That was special. Like, all I was doing was casting Gazan, and the ray gun was, like, flipping back and forth on the top of my screen for some reason. This is going, woo! Like a magical journey on my screen, allegedly. It was definitely power sliding. That was almost clip-worthy. Like, honestly, I have no idea what that was doing. It was distracting me. Like, not only was I not moving, but it was just like, it was like left, right, left, right, left, right. It was like almost like a counter. It's detecting the radioactive content. It's just going off the charts. Nice. Ooh, nice. Oh, that would have been fun to include in the run. Oh well, we just got Heavenly Arms outside our challenge mode. Challenge run, I should say. Well, on the plus side, I'll probably have enough heavenly arms to equip all my forces. I'm done leveling them. Just like everybody gets 3. Worry about that unit anymore. Acquired. So if we had Quadra Force, I'd be willing to entertain ult. But that would be after we finish the challenge, of course. But I think overall, I guess just kind of glancing through the guides. Honestly, I don't think there's a quest I missed. I always feel paranoid about it, but I mean, I tried stuff like War Limits 2, stuff like that to see if it would work on lower difficulties. We did try like 20, 30 extra quests on very hard mode across like multiple streams and off-stream testing. So it's not like we didn't try to experiment to find like a good caves run. I was definitely disappointed at just how much less XP it was. Like, even with all the ES weapons, and don't get me wrong, they were very easy runs. But it's like, they just weren't worth running it to me. Need that answer, or I think I have enough. I was feeling that work burnout for a moment. I was like, oh boy. My eyes are just killing me at the moment. I don't think tonight will be a super late stream. I think from the standpoint of, I guess, where I see myself in 2026 with PSO. You have some guide ideas tucked away. I'll have to think about if I want to do any kind of like stream input guide as an alternative to a key. I don't know if there's other topics people were interested in. I don't think I'm the person to do challenge mode guides. It's just, I like being able to kind of experiment with it and run it a lot single player, and I can't do that. That's like the only, and it's like I'm not really good at analyzing footage after the fact. I like being able to replay certain pieces over and over and over. But I don't think it goes to the way that I enjoy either playing the game or the strengths of the analysis. Or something like running this kind of quest, looking through charts, trying to figure out numbers, trying to figure out how much this photon crystal is worth to me per hour. Stuff like that is like more my forte. Thought about if I wanted to have, like, second channel up, but right now it is just a lot of work uploading videos. Even then, I missed, like, 1 day of upload. Well, technically 2 days of uploads. It's just one of those things where it's really easy to get behind, and then if I'm streaming on my, like, normal off days, it's hard to just make sure everything is categorized and labeled and stuff like that. I just have, like, this massive backlog of uploaded things. So I have to figure out a better balance for 2026 with PSO versus bonus content. I think there are certain events where it makes sense to do a lot of streams, like anniversary and stuff like that, RIP anniversary. But I don't know, it's been fun playing with the group. I would say, like, if people didn't show up to the stream, I probably wouldn't play PSO and stream it. It's one of those things where, to me, it's a very social activity. Which I guess is a little bit ironic when sometimes I don't talk. But I think from the standpoint, nice being able to, you know, kind of share the experience with people. But the group will always be a big motivation to continue playing. I do genuinely have to think if I even want to touch Valentine's event again. I don't know if I want to, or at least if I do Valentine's event, it can't be all falls. It's not going to be good for me. Play PSO offline on GameCube for 10 years. I don't play so. It's in a group. It's fair. I used to do a lot of solo runs back on GameCube days. It was nice to show off the character progress to other people that also happen to be playing. When I show off, like, oh, I found this rare the other day, blah, 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 stuff like that. Yeah, I would agree. Being able to communicate with people is very fun. The other percent is getting that loot. There you go. Yeah, put that Kapoe out just to stun it so that it could take more Ripoes. Very devious of me. Hilarious. Getting closer to surviving. Just needs like another 30 HP. I don't know if the videos will slow down or not. I think we'll always have like a bonus stream on Drop Anything Rate Week, but I don't want to do like as hard of a grind as I did like between Anniversary and Halloween. I think I'm okay with having just like one stream a week for a while at most, until we gear up for events. I'm still a little worried they're not really going to do anything for Valentine's event, and that's just going to bum me out. I'm like, I don't know if I want to go back to Ultimate. It's such a toxic, abusive relationship. Oh, man. Chat has already witnessed me go, like, 2+ hours on RVR of all things and not get a PD, let alone, like, any lames or anything like that. Like, I have to be in the mood to just not receive anything. So it's definitely a mindset you have to be willing to accept when you play Ultimate, and I don't know if I'm quite there yet or not. That's why stuff like Challenge Mode interests me, because there's no randomness of it. It is guaranteed you're gonna get this item. So definitely if we could get a consistent group, I don't mind doing a few more Challenge Mode in that like early spring era before it becomes Easter. But again, we'll need a consistent group. Not for like not like weeks and weeks and weeks, but just like at least 3 games. It's okay to have like an A group, B group thing. Like people could only do Thursdays. I'm okay with doing like that kind of day multiple times in a row. I mean, the question, DJ, is like, what days would work for you? Because if you're bringing another person, I can get one person, and then it's over. I just don't want to offer it in December because literally we would have to be able to finish it next week. And I know I'm not available Monday, and I know I'm not available Wednesday. But for me, my time next week is very tight. Being Napsis Aetherius, that's fair. Hopefully you enjoyed some leveling today, Aetherius. You got up to 60. Pretty solid level. I don't see anybody in the lobby looking to play some games. As I said before, I'm open to playing other stuff if people do want to play something other than very hard mode. I got at least an hour in, so I'm happy no matter what. Otherwise, I'll just keep doing very hard mode. Do a few more ones. Get my friend's schedule and get back to you. No worries, DJ. Yeah, I think unfortunately we're two-man for now. We'll go a bit longer. Oh, we'll see how I feel in about 4 or 5 runs. That'll decide whether or not I call it early or not. Challenge mode, or not challenge mode. The challenge run can pay for another day. But for now, it gets some XP. In terms of PSO goals for 2026, that's got the value. I think I mostly just want to finish my other brands. I don't have like a lot of lofty goals. I kind of have everything I need. I have like 30 hit X-Cal. I could always hunt for a better Galatine, I guess. But technically, I think it's good enough to Sphere. I'm in a pretty stable position with the... Mostly just need raw PDs to start spearing. Maybe I could say my goal for next year is to spear 2 items. One of which has to be a brand. Could be doable. It's a lot of PDs. But we know stuff like Anniversary, even without playing very hard mode, gave us like 300 something. But it's a commitment to play enough PSO to get there. Eventually we'll go back to a point where we don't need materials anymore. We could probably get a couple hundred PDs trades there. I did see the price of materials has been going up steadily. I wonder how much of that is because I stopped selling materials, which made me kind of laugh. Like, oh no. Was I the surplus in the economy? So at this point, like, I guess in terms of goals, I did play a whole bunch of quests this year I've never played before, partially because some didn't exist, but also just in general, being able to test things out, even if they were kind of mistakes, like Simulator 2.0, I don't think it was a quest I'd played previously, because I'd heard things about it, and then I played it, and I went, I don't think this belongs on the server anymore, to be real with you. You like Sim 2.0? Oh no. It's like you woke up in the morning, you're like, you know what I want? 14 Chaos Bringers running me over. Oh, gross. I don't know if I would ever do that. That's terrible. I think we should request better quests that don't involve ROM hacky stuff. Say my spread needle farm is TTF. just playing Redria gets spread needle for no reason. Classic Redria. Plus side, this character is almost max MST. I think the goal is to not hit level 200 with anybody next year. See how that goes. I have enough ults that it should be reasonable that I could always swap into somebody else to avoid leveling. But I guess that depends on how much I spam, like Bonuman, for example. Schedule for EST, normal stream time. $7:30 onwards. Today's Thursdays. Fist, low roll. Yeah, I gotta update Twitch to have the more accurate game schedule. I think the issue is that it hasn't been loading properly for me. Maybe it'll work today. I remember trying to change it like 3 weeks ago and just gave up, but it just refused to load. Like, cool. Let's switch. I blame them trying to do this like you can't log into Twitch on your phone nonsense. I don't think I've tried it since then. There's anything else I really wanted to do in PSO. I guess help other people get Ubers? Not on the list. We got a lot of ours out of the way. I could unseal the J-Sword. Just hope I get another one with different stats that I could sphere. I think it was kind of one of those awkward realizations where it's not high enough hit to keep it where it is. The Seal J-Sword I have means I can only get hit on one attribute. Or hit plus one attribute. So it's like, I don't even feel super motivated to unseal it just because of the fact that it's like, I would have preferred double attribute like Dark Machine. They can't have 3 attributes normally. Guess I could make this one dark still if I really wanted to. Yeah, I just don't enjoy Uber hunts is the problem. Okay? Like outside of events, I really just think it's a waste of time. So for me, I'm like, I'm never gonna do those Heaven Punisher runs in any seriousness. We'll do them while like really bored during anniversary and no one's around, but like aside from that, rather be doing episode 4 stuff. Guess we'll end up exploring more blue ult. I feel like blue was an idea I didn't really touch too much outside of power leveling. I did like getting Jayas and Gearsels and stuff like that. I'm gonna need potentially a lot of limiters for this account. 32 forces. Be like, what, 64 adepts minimum that I would want? Maybe more. I don't think they're worth me purchasing necessarily, but I do need to play at least something that gets a chance at them. Yeah. If we had more people, we would be doing full episode 4. Probably, I could humor people during like rare enemy week and make them do pod with me, but I pick blue ID and leave whatever the rare monster's there because I don't care about the pod and any. Like, cool, I don't have to fight a boss. Awesome, I'm out. That'll be when I get my Phonumen ready. Yeah, I'm aware they dropped the emitters on I don't think I've gotten a limiter from an Astark though, despite doing like 200 runs, just as an FYI. So far, no luck. On stream or off stream. All of mine have been, I think, distinctly just from Gerdahumu. Careful here. That was gonna happen. When you get pulled in like that, sometimes you just can't do it if they get stunned a weird way. But otherwise, I don't know. It's stuff like Christmas Fiasco where we'll have a decent chance of getting limiter. But like that item in particular doesn't excite me because I know we'll just be doing hunts for those anyway during Fiasco. And if not that, we'll switch over to Heaven Striker to mix it up a little. This character can more easily run red ID. Well, it sounded like the group was interested in green ID runs. Which is fine. No wrong with that. Just means I need to level a green Phonumen a bit more. It does make me laugh because I don't think I have a green Phonumen. I got rid of Arn Phonumen has been leveled, but I think I'm still missing green. I have like a green Fulmar. About that, but they got stuck up there again. 10 out of 10 game teleports. I was thinking about the ID guide again because I was like, after that green ID nerf of V101, I was like, oh, it was kind of like an easy, kind of low stakes recommendation. Now I'm like, hard to tell people to go get green ID. It still has okay items, don't get me wrong, but outside of literally the Heaven Striker runs, I don't think I would run it for anything in earnest. This has like a wildly, massively okay TTF, but far from being like top 2. But that Galatine swap for episode 4 kinda nice. Do I pick up mono grinders? I try not to. I'm good forever with mono grinders. It's just one more item to hold that doesn't sell for a lot, both in trade as well as in general. I mean, it's good to have your own personal stack, don't get me wrong, but as a player that has legitimately like 15 stacks of tri-grinders, like I don't care. Like, I will never run out. I will be able to fund every challenge mode weapon from here to the end of time. Good. I'm contemplating removing them from my minimap colors. It's kind of sad that we got to that point, but I think it is about time just to declutter my map a little bit. Leave it commented out for people that care about that kind of stuff in the future. Sort of like evade and defense material. Thinking of commenting out in my map items now. I just genuinely don't need them anymore. It made more sense like 2 years ago when I was actually like getting the complete min-max stats done for the main account, but that's basically done. I think every character has a stack of 99 of those, so it's like I'm in no rush. Nor do they really sell. Do like 2 more runs. We'll see if anybody's free. If not, I might take a break. Our goal will be to probably get some of the long-time chatters an item of interest. Tried for HellCleave, we gotta try for Ertamperometer. Hopefully the good luck instead of going to V goes to Ertamperometer. Well, if there's any other items I want to say, do we want to grab it just to say we did it? I mean, technically I got Ruin's Heaven Striker already, and it had hit. But that's off the bingo chart already. So actually already done. I think the group was interested in some parasitic gene flow runs, which I don't really want to do it during drop rate week, but outside of that, I might be open to a few of those. For me, I'm just not a big fan of episode 2 in general, but also the boss rush does not help, is completely terrible. But maybe we'll do some free bed into super shifted evan to insta-kill worm boss. Yeah. I'm mostly... The only reason I would do and consider RT is because I want Galatine. That is the only reason why I would agree to it at this point. I'm starting to like episode 2. Disappointed to hear those words. It's like... I'll still be a hater episode 2. You're starting to like RT? Oh no, GJ, what's wrong with you? I would recommend seeking a doctor. I think you're sick. I think you're running a fever. Good and enjoy RT are words that don't belong in the same sentence, unless the word is not is in there. It's like, RT is like one of the worst designed quests in the game. From original Sega team. The only other one being possibly fragments of a memory or whatever. That's the only one that might be worse. Oh man, the 14-second raft wait, the endless boring hallways and spaceship, the Giathon. Oh man, every part of that quest other than Seabed is a mess. Truly sad how terrible it is. I like to call it like a boss walk. There's no rush. The game is there to force you to get like minuscule stuff. I think every part of that quest is boring. Even Temple is like very questionable at best. Very low enemy density, nothing skippable. There's no interesting routing you can do with it. It's probably the most boring of the boss routes too. Compare that to like TTF or MA1C. At least I like can split up and do other fun things in caves. Like at least there's something that can be done. Where like, no, you're going to the world's straightest line and you will like it. It's like even stuff like Pod has other routes. Not that many people will run it, but like they at least exist. Makes me so sad. But no, RT is terrible. There's so much of that quest that is just designed for padding and wasting your time. It's such a shame. And then you get all the way to the end and it gives you a single chest? Crazy. That's like super upsetting. That quest upsets me on many levels. Just want you to know. Ren is online for it. Challenge mode like right now. I don't have another player. So I'm gonna pass for literally tonight. It's already 9 o'clock. We haven't started. It's not hard to do 3-man challenge mode. It's just only really Ruins is the only place I don't really want a 3-man because it just gets a little, I say, tedious if you don't have a good team comp. Otherwise, you're not exactly like hurting for 4 people for caves, for example. Helps with puzzles, but not required. Yeah, because I've seen what happens if I only dedicate 2 streams to it. We just end up like right before Ruins, and then we just don't finish it. Because Ruins is very long compared to the rest of the quests. Like Forest is like 15 minutes, barely takes any time. Possibly less. Got the full group. SP. So stuff like that I don't mind doing like 3-man, but be very interesting. As I said before, if I had more free days, I would have offered Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to just beat it in one go, but we would have needed to start today, unfortunately, about an hour ago. But yeah, no, RT sucks. RT is one of those ones I could do it like 2 or 3 times in a row, and I'm like, I'm ready to play another quest. Just like, we do it not because we enjoy it, but because we must. think that's also a pretty good summarization of TTF most of the time. You can only do it twice back to back. Yeah. That it shows how bad the quest is. I'm willing to do this quest for hours on end. RT, like hardest of hard passes. No, thank you. So at least I feel like in quests like these, at least I'm doing something the whole time. I'm swapping some spells, getting into good positions. RT is like, I'm gonna walk in this long spaceship corridor for like 2 minutes, shoot maybe a total of 7 times, and then I'm allowed to progress to a boss that doesn't drop anything. Classic ultimate problems. That feeling when episode 4 very hard mode unironically is better boss drops than ultimate spaceship boss drops. I'm not even gonna limit it down to just episode 4. I think you could get better boss value in episode 1 as well. Just like, does it get anything like a Glide Divine or a Vice? Automatically better. So sad. Craziness. For sure. Yeah, if we go to do the challenge mode though, we need to be able to communicate on stream, just for clarity. I'm not doing off-stream challenge mode, unless we're all on like a voice call. There's too much to teach if you haven't done it before. Even then, I'll still forget a couple of the things with the puzzles, so we have to figure it out as a group. Plus side, the episode 1 times are not tight at all. So we're allowed to have like a bad run and continue. The only time where like I would reset is if somebody gets teleported backwards in ruins. I think that's one of the few times I would just say reset, because it's not worth waiting 12 minutes for somebody to walk back, or 8 minutes or whatever. It's faster just to restart the quest. So sad but true. Nice. Just thinking I was a little low on value. Well, I was like checking my items. I was like, how much did I pick? A bit better. I think I've almost capped photon crystals in the share bags. Cool 45 hit Ripperino special. What a shame. That'd have been like a ray gun with Hell or something. That would have been huge. The one time it doesn't get ray gun. Depending on how work goes tomorrow, I might take a personal day on Saturday. Not that I do want to play Bat and Kaidos, don't get me wrong. Motivation is definitely there. It's just, ugh. I already have to do a long drive tomorrow. am not looking forward to. It was not originally scheduled for clarity. It was one of those things I was told that I'd have to fill in while somebody's out. I was like, oh, that sucks. I'm not a big fan of driving in general. So to do that and be prepared for social events and potentially wear another tux. It might just put me in a bad mood. I don't know if I want to stream while in a super bad mood. I want to take it out on Bat and Kaidos. The game hasn't done anything horribly egregious yet. Just, conferences. Love it. Do possibly one more run. Put away some item. Grab these and sell these later. No worries, DJ. Hope you have fun. In which case, I'll do one last solo run, and then I'll probably stream at that point then. I got some levels on this character, can't be mad at that. Materials. On the fresh account, already up to 90 in the main, 39 C's there, 12 there, 751 total photon crystals, not bad. Yeah. Okay, so now that this character has the Cycle 1 triple adapts, let me try just a single run. See how fast he could do it now that he's leveled, gotten more MST, using Cycle 1, etc., etc. The final run of the night. I don't like to do solo. Do this. Red ID, but that should be fine. I don't need it to be hyper optimal in drops. I just want to see the run speed comparison. Try it before we merge on. I sadly can't one-shot these, but I can two-touch them. 823, insane. Anyway, that's the power of the Gafoi stack right here. So you can see I could basically just two-shot most of these things, especially with the Gafoi stack. 1, 2, clean up, clean up. Shouldn't have to recast Gafoi there if I keep running. That saves me time with item checks. I don't know if it's like faster killing them that way, but I know I don't have to re-Gafoi to item check, which is nice. Oh, media photon drop, that threw me off. Sure. Yeah, the goal is to go through this fence at sub 29. Or sub 1 minute, I mean. It needs to be like 29 10-ish. It was okay time getting there, it could have been a little faster. Two-shotting that with Gazond is huge. Oh, speaking of 3 shots as well. Ooh, I'm safe. Oh, that's right. I can frame one freeze. What am I doing? Oops. God, I'm playing single player. I can buffer that Rebarda to hit them as soon as they straighten up. Care if I spook there. Care about XP. Shot is a real. I could have Gafoed while waiting for the lizards just a sooner. If people who do solo TTS for red rank, yeah, a lot of people do it. It's a lot faster than doing pubs. Lawrence skill. I'll put it this way, if you've been in a public game that has like 15-minute red rings, it was faster to do with solo. I don't even have like Solor gun and I can get like 12-minute red rings. Which would definitely save a lot of time because I lose a lot of time on falls. I'm usually in that boss room. It's up 10 minutes. Solo. Such is life, I guess. Ooh, you soloed as Rawcast over Rawmar? Well, that's brave. That was some stubborn retractisms right there. But welcome, Retract. It's okay. We can forgive young Retract. He knows better. No longer will he Rawcast his way through TPM. Instead, enjoy the blessing of shift to 15 with super high accuracy, deleting everything. Still waiting for the Humar run. Hello Humar time, let's go. Good, it doesn't knock me down. Fast run. An inch forward. They'll just push me backwards. That works too, I guess. You're right, Dorfons. I wanted to be further back. You're right. How dare I question your greatness? I leave one Gifoi out. Actually, let me do two. Should kill. The Gifoi merge, I'm not scared. Without Gifoi merge, I'm like, oh no. I better be using Fire Scepter or I'm in trouble. And they should be good. Yeah, it was like about a 5-minute clear on surface. Not bad. I could probably lose like another 10 seconds. Very minor positioning fixes. As I said before, I forgot to just frame one cast on Astar. But that alone, I was losing like a couple seconds per time I fought them. So... I was gonna say, you watch, this will be the moment I get the Del Rappy after many runs into a Del Rappy. PSO would definitely do that. I'll waste time on the item check here. Yeah, I think a lot of people do actually genuinely play solo. Much as we were talking about PSO being a social experience earlier. I know some people that just refuse to do public games or even refuse to group in general. And a lot of people, when they start out, just refuse to even group as well. So it's harder for them to level, to get turned off by solo play. I like that my Gifoi is so strong that I could still actually kill them with 2 Gifoi without the merge. I actually don't need it down here. That's kind of funny to me. Imagine this being so optimized, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Thanks, Ignition Cloak. See, that's proof it mattered, because the Edition Cloak makes me 2-shot those instead of 3-shot after before we merge. Oh, I must have the back-to-back. Ooh, really unlucky. Wow, not a single lightning, really? Oh, that was like maximum unlucky. What was that, like 1 rotation in like 15 colors? Ooh, it's terrible. That was like Falls using 12 of the same move. The one time we did the red ring. Never forget. Held hostage by Falls. Falls is like, nah, you're not going anywhere. You're ahead. Thought you were sub 12. Think again. Cool. I'm like, damn, you're right, Falls. Should've known. Like that I don't worry about killing the Versa, because I'm either gonna accidentally chip it out with lightning, or it'll die to the Gifowie stats. Guess I should technically put a Gifowie down. I swear if an item drops down there, I'm gonna get so tilted. Okay. One thing I did think about while running challenge mode, though, small tangent, I was wondering if I should just completely unassign my normal attacks, because, like, I won't do that in normal gameplay, but just genuinely playing, like, episode 2 or episode 1 and just not bothering to assign a targeting technique up on the control panel is a funny idea to me. Thought about it while we're menuing over there. That's what I was thinking about again there. Like, I wouldn't want to not have a targeting spell here. I do like having normal attacks. Technically, I don't really like need Fowies on Arda. I don't like need them there. I can move my other attacks there. Or just leave all my AoEs that don't target on one panel. Oh, so if you target that one, you don't have to pull them. I thought I saw that last stream. I just wanted to confirm that. Okay, that's good. Then I don't need to worry about pulling them, so I can optimize my own run there. Out of range, really. Oh, unlucky. I did it like slightly too early, so now I'm gonna be desynced. That is kind of the annoying part. If you get desynced with the ball, like, see how I hit it there, but it didn't count? It's so annoying when that happens. Now I'm resynced. No, I unsynced it. There we go. I swear that enemy is such jank. It's like the same problem with episode 2 flowers. Like, there's some hidden frame where it just stops being stunnable, but it doesn't look any different than its normal idle animation. You just have to know you're within a certain number of frames. It makes learning it hard until you realize that's what it's doing. Because you're like, why is it so inconsistent? Oh, that was a beautiful stunlock. That didn't even leave spawn. Get wrecked. That was a beautiful Fowie. Hit everybody there. Game really. First of all, I don't. It's long enough. Imagine I'll be at like the 17-minute mark. I got super unlucky on 2 vertical there. I lost a lot of time. Between them not having lightning and then me getting desynced, even though I was hitting them. It's stupid. What? I got episode 4 janked. Hope you all saw that. The Gazan failed again. There we go. Now I'm resynced. Oh, good pattern. Oh, that made up for earlier. That's what's supposed to happen. Oh, I don't know why it was giving me such a hard time earlier. Maybe we'll be at like 17-minute clear, or like 16 pretty. I guess it just depends on how much I want to speak these crappies. I guess I will. Oh, that's too early. There we go. Now I'm resync. See how I can double tap them there? It's important because if you get bad color RNG like that, I can still get the kill. That's what being in sync with them is, where I can still hit them with a spell, and then I can re-hit them while they're in between weaknesses in order to get a free damage. So it's basically like getting like a slightly stronger grants, and it has an off chance of just doing like a quadrillion damage and killing them. Ooh, I don't know what happened there. I couldn't target anything, even though I was looking at like 30 something targets. It felt like not a single one was refoeable. Interesting. I don't think that should have happened, but whatever. Thanks Refoe. Let's resync. Dead. Yeah, as soon as it does lightning means you're about to do, unironically, like, several thousand damage to the Gurdabulu. And you only need 2 good lightning cycles to kill. Like, see how it's doing, like, 300 times 3 there? Lightning does 486 times 3. The 486 times 3 plus 328 times 3 equals that enemy. It was, like, a slightly slower than normal clear. But it goes to show, like, me running this solo is still faster than duos and stuff like that. Even with like kind of weird RNG on the Gurdabulu and no demons, it's still pretty quick. But for people wondering, I'm not a big fan of duos anymore. I was okay with it when I didn't know a lot of people, and it was like 6-something years ago. I'm still getting used to the game, but now I'm like, duos are okay. I don't mind doing like really short runs, but the idea of doing a full run where I'm like, I literally just outspeed doing solo. It's not the most enticing thing for me to play, unfortunately. But it's nice to be able to help people level. There are some pros and cons, don't get me wrong. I think for now, since we're flying solo, I will call the stream here. So from the standpoint of drops tonight, I got Heavenly Arms. I'm happy. That's one less I have to get. I think overall across 2 hours, even with solos and duos, I still think that was a little above 4 PDs and a couple photon crystals, plus 7 striker coat. So even at like almost double the rate of, or excuse me, half the rate of clear, because we were clearing in like 8-9 minutes, we were clearing in like 15 in like duos and single player. Even then, I still was outpacing Ultimate, which is kind of funny to me. But it does go to show the power of having like 4 really decent teammates or like 2 really strong teammates. How much of a difference that can make in your runs? What's the difference between like a 12-minute very hard mode run and a 10-minute very hard mode run, or a 9-minute very hard mode run? And the same kind of thing can happen in TTF, where you only really need 2 really good players and then 2 okay-ish players, and you can save some time compared to solo. But I think with Ultimate, just because it is a higher difficulty and people are just going too early into TTF, you just see a lot of issues in like the public games where people are coming in with their like Varistas and their like God Arms, and they're thinking they're gonna do anything to falls at like level 100, level 110. And it's just sad, I will say. They have the right idea, they have the spirit, they just shouldn't be there. They just don't have the raw output to really make a dent in the bosses. I think I've seen in a couple of public games, not like this year, but it would have been like a 2 or 3 years ago at this point, where I was watching somebody legitimately do like 20 damage to Falls Phase 2 because they were like no ATP Ramar or something. I think it was Ramar. It's rough. So hopefully we'll get some more runs in to get some PDs. I'll think about what I want to do across all the accounts. As I said before, we have a shocking amount of PDs. Let's see if I can load them up and just do a quick general count, since my PDs aren't really all that spread. quick capture. I don't need to see my Ranger account. I mostly just need main account and Force. Not like me copy pasting some things. Photon drop. So we have a total of 49 and 4 photon hordes. So we have 449 on the main account. And we have 36. That's 86. So 486 plus 90. That's 576. Welcome, Chips. Hope you're doing well. So 576 PD is not bad. So hopefully we can get a bigger group together next time, but given I'm not a big fan of solo play, I think it is time for me to sign out, unfortunately. But hey, we'll see if we can get some runs in, I think tomorrow after we finish up challenge mode. Hopefully that won't take the full 3 hours, but it is what it is if it goes that long. Ruins is kind of annoying in the challenge mode, just from a length of time perspective. But for now, thank you everybody for watching. Hope you have a good day or a good night, depending on the time zone.